Hey YouTube, Alex bringing you from Next Planet, bringing you another video. In this video I want to talk about cherishing what you get or what you have, because there's oftentimes I feel like, people just want to, buy something new or something or more expensive to make what they had, obsolete, so to speak. But I feel like there's some value in really appreciating the things that you get, whether they're the best or not. So I'm going to talk a little bit about like experience that I have in this sort of thing, and hopefully you guys can learn from it or take something with you that will help you along your musical journey. So I'm going to start with what I'm looking at right away, because I feel like it's got a pretty decent story. Most of the things that I get, or it seems that I acquire, have a very specific story to them. It's weird because I'm surrounded by these things that I've collected over the years, and it seems as though there's a story behind all of it. There's just something special that seemed to connect, seemed to find its way to me, and I just always try and use most of what I can to the fullest potential. So we're going to start with my drums, and we're going to talk about a very specific part of my drums, okay? We're going to talk about this cymbal here. It's a K custom hybrid ride. It's a sweet sounding cymbal, guys. I'm not supposed to be being loud right now, so I can't really get too much into this, but you can hear that. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with here, and if you look here, there are 2 cracks in it. Now I bought this for about 50 bucks from a drumming friend of mine, and this is like a $350 cymbal, okay? So I got it for like 20% of the price or whatever. I'm not trying to focus on the math right now, but it's a sweet cymbal, and it is cracked. It is going to be replaced, but for $50, guys, 50 bucks, you can't really beat it. Well, I mean, you could beat it with a stick too, but the point is that, this works, and as long as you don't like crash it, really dig into it, then you won't ever notice those cracks. Those cracks just kind of rattle when you're, getting it. So it's something that I wouldn't necessarily use for recording, but for me to be able to play the drums and really get to know the drums and how to play my instrument, that's fine and it's perfect. And I could have a more expensive cymbal that is better, or I could worry about what I'm not getting because it's cracked or something, but it's mine and I just cherish it. I love it. And I feel like too often people are worried about what they have or what they might not have, and it's all about what you do with what you got, and how you really create a new level to be reached with what you have, I guess, so to speak. And so that was my story. If you got some of the best musicians, some of the best songwriters, some of the best artists that I've ever known were people who all they could afford was a $50 guitar, and their songwriting skills or their performance was unreal. You would never expect someone who looked unkept, so to speak, and had a broken instrument with a couple of strings on it would perform on the level of someone who had had a stable life or had lots of money to spend on a guitar that looked pretty and all this other stuff. And all that you really ever need to be focused on is what you're giving, and what you can share with people and what encourages or inspires other artists. So I want to keep that alive, or keep that tradition going, and help people understand as much as I can. Because I understand that you always want to feel a bond with your instrument, and we'll talk about that one in the next video. But you always want to, you know, just appreciate what you got, and be concise, be specific about what you're getting, what you want to get in the first place. Because, like, you know, if you go and you get something and you're hasty and you're impatient, you might end up spending more money in the long run trying to find what you were after to begin with, because, you know, you weren't paying attention or you skipped a step. And, you know, and it's important to have rules for yourself. It's important to, you know, create guidelines of, this is what I'm after, this is what I want to get, this is what, you know, the goals are. And you'll be a lot happier that way, and you'll be happy that you did. And that's all for this video. Thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.